Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at centrefire rifle cleaning for beginners. Now before we start, you always need to make sure that your rifle is unloaded and safe. Second of all, make sure you've got a nice clear space to work in, free from obstructions. Now you can clean your rifle on any flat surface like this. You can do it on your coffee table, your kitchen table, or a nice clear workbench, but just make sure you get enough space to move. So as a beginner, we're going to assume you've got the minimum amount of equipment, but you don't need a lot to get started in cleaning. All you need is a cleaning kit and a nice clear space to get started. Everything else you've probably already got around the home. All right, let's have a look at what's in this cleaning kit. So we've got a multi-piece cleaning rod here with the T-handle. We'll assemble this now. We want to make sure that each section is done up nice and hand tight, because we don't want the sections coming loose and coming apart as we're cleaning the rifle. Let's get that together. Just needs to be hand tight. You don't need any tools. So that's done. So what else have we got in here? We've got the loop patch holder, and as the name suggests, the patch holder holds patches. You use those to thread the cotton patches through, and you push those through the bore to get solvent into the bore and also to get loose material out of the bore. So we'll use that a bit later. There's your cotton patches in the box there. We've also got this bronze brush with the brass core. Now we use that for scrubbing the bore, and that's for getting out stub and deposits. Also got a triple action cleaner here. So that's a cleaner, lubricant and protectant. So it does 3 jobs there for you. This is a nice little addition in the Tetra kit that you don't get in other cleaning kits. There's some gun grease there, and we'll cover using that later. So now we've unpacked our kit, we can start cleaning. So you can use any surface to clean on, but it's a really good idea to put something down to protect the surface that you're working on. So we're going to use this mat to sit the rifle on, like so. Whatever you put underneath the rifle to protect the table, make sure that it extends past the muzzle of the firearm, because we are going to get solvent coming out the end here. It'll make a little bit of a mess. It's also a great idea to put some paper towel under there to absorb some of that liquid. It's also a really great idea to leave the protective caps on your scope to stop any solvent getting on the lenses and damaging them. So where do we start? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean the bore of the rifle. Now there's 2 types of fouling left behind when you fire a centrefire rifle. There's copper fouling from the projectile and carbon fouling from the powder. Both of these need to be gotten out of the barrel because they can both affect accuracy over time. So let's get started. Alright, so to get started, we're going to grab the loop patch holder out of the kit, and we're going to screw it into the end of the rod nice and finger tight. Don't use any tools because we're going to want to get that out of there again. Then we're going to grab one of the cotton patches out of the kit. Alright, it's got hold of here. And we're going to thread that through the loop jag. Now the easiest way I've found to do this is to fold it in half and then pop the fold end through the loop, grab it on the other side, just pull it in so it's positioned halfway. Then what we want to do is pull it down in the loop and then flare out the cotton on each side, because when that goes in the barrel we want it to fan out like that, so it covers as much surface area as possible around that patch loop. Alright, now that we're ready for action, we're going to grab that triple action cleaner, lubricant, protectant out of the kit, and we are going to saturate this patch with it. So we can just drip, 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 both sides. Go. That patch is pretty well saturated now. So this is just going to be for our first pass to get any loose material out of the bore. So now we're going to take the bolt out of the rifle that we already made safe earlier. And then you can have a quick look down the barrel to check for obstructions, but that's nice and clear. Okay, so now we've got the patch on the rod and we're ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to come around to the back of the rifle and we're going to ease that patch in. You'll feel resistance as it goes in. Hold the rifle nice and steady and just push nice and easily through, just keeping it in a nice straight line so we're not scraping against the sides of the action. As that patch comes out, it flares out and we can see the fouling on there. So I'll have a bit of a look at that, see what it looks like. It's not too bad. This rifle hasn't been fired that many times before cleaning. If you'd fired it a lot, or if you'd never cleaned the rifle, that would be a lot dirtier on that first pass. We've got some fouling out of the bore, but I'm sure there's some more in there. So what we're going to do now is give it a scrub with the bronze brush. Now some people get a little bit worried about cleaning a barrel with a bronze brush. They're worried they're going to hurt it. The reason they use bronze for these bristles is because it's much softer than the steel in the barrel. So you're not going to hurt the barrel with this brush. So what we're going to do is put a few drips of the triple action on the brush. It's about 10 on there. Just enough to coat the brush, but not so much that it's dripping everywhere and making a big mess. So same as before, we come around the back of the rifle. Brush goes up the back of the action there. You want to center it in the chamber and push all the way through till the brush pops out at the muzzle. We're going to do 10 pass-throughs like this. You can see after those 10 strokes there's quite a bit more spray that's come out the end of the muzzle there. So that's why it's a good idea to have a paper towel down. Makes it easy to clean up. So when I was cleaning then I did full strokes all the way through and then all the way back into the chamber. Now the reason I did that is you can't change direction with a bronze brush when it's in the bore. It'll actually get stuck if you do that, so you need to make sure that you go all the way out and then all the way back. After that brushing you'll get quite a bit of the triple action on the cleaning rod, so it's a good idea just with an old rag just to give that rod a wipe down so it's nice and clean. Now's also a good time just to check that your rod's still done up nice and tight and then the brush is on nice and tight. After the brushing we've left the rifle to soak for about 15 minutes, so now we're going to pop our loop jag back on and we're going to patch out any fouling that we've loosened up in there. And there we go. Now if you have a look at that patch, that's quite dirty. So I've loosened up a fair bit of fouling there. We might run another patch through, just get some more of that out. Now that patch has come out quite a bit cleaner. Let's have a look here. But I think there might still be some fouling in there, so we might go ahead and give it one more brushing. Go 10 drips again on the brush, so it's saturated. And then we'll go ahead and pass the brush through again. So we're going to go 20 times this time. Don't want to go too fast. You don't want the rod to come flying out the end of the barrel. That should do us there. Alright. And we'll leave that triple action to soak in there for 15 minutes and then we'll come and patch it out. Okay, so that cleaner lubricant protectant has been sitting in the bore for 15 minutes. So now we're going to go ahead and patch it out. So we'll grab one of our patches here. And I'm expecting this to come out fairly dirty. Yep, we definitely got a bit more fouling out that time. Now if your rifle had fired a lot of shots, say 50, I'd continue cleaning the bore. I'd maybe scrub once or twice more, but in this case this rifle only fired less than 20 shots, so I'm quite happy to move on to the next step. So we are done with the bronze brush now, so we can put that away. Now we're just going to patch out any remaining liquid from the bore and any fouling out with it. So I'll pop a patch through the patch holder. we're just going to keep popping patches through until they start coming out pretty clean. Alright, that's starting to look pretty clean there. I'll just chuck another couple through just for safety. Now when you're cleaning with the bronze brush, you can get a bit of the liquid cleaner in the chamber, and that gets sprayed off the brush on the backstroke. So what I like to do is pop 2 patches on the patch holder so it's nice and thick, and that's not going to go into the barrel, that's just going to go into the chamber. And I'll just give it a little spin until you feel the resistance of the throat, and then you just come back out again, so not forcing anything. You can see there we've just got a little bit of gunk there on those patches, but nothing too major. So that's it, the bore's clean. Now what we want to do is clean all the metal surfaces on the rifle. So we're going to get our cloth, put about 4 drips of the cleaner lubricant protectant on there, and we're just going to go around all the surface areas of the rifle. So I'll start with the barrel, get the end of the muzzle there because you get a bit of residue from cleaning there, and just go all over the gun. We're just putting a very light coating on. We don't want a whole heap of liquid everywhere, that just attracts more dirt. We just want enough just to protect the metal on the gun. It's also a good idea to just get into the action here a little bit and just give it really just giving it a wipe out there. Make sure there's nothing left over from the cleaning process in there. That's good. Give the bolt a wipe down too. You want to make sure the bolt has been lubricated but is not too wet. So just enough on the surface there to protect the metal. Now, you might recall that we had gun grease in with the pack. So what we're going to do there is we're going to actually grease the lugs on the bolt. So if we just hold the bolt down here, just on these back surfaces of the lugs, just put just a little smear of grease on each one. Probably a little bit too much there. Right. Now that we've greased those lugs, we can chuck that bolt back in the rifle, and we're done cleaning. So that was a basic introduction to centrefire rifle cleaning. We've used the minimum equipment. We've got a mat to protect the surface we're using, some paper towel to help catch any liquid, a cotton cloth, and of course the Tetra Value Pro 3 cleaning kit. This was everything we needed to do a basic clean of a centrefire rifle. We'll cover more advanced cleaning in a later video. Tetra Professional Gun Care have a great range of cleaning products in all levels in both shotgun and rifle. If you want to clean your firearms right, pick up some Tetra gear. To find your local stockist, check out osaaustralia.com.au.